So what happens when everything in your material world, everything you take comfort in, is suddenly ripped away from you? How do you behave? Well, that's the theme of the hit Netflix series called Orange is the New Black. It's a young middle-class woman finding herself doing time in prison for carrying a suitcase full of drug money.
I have a wife. What? A prison wife. Her name is Crazy Eyes, and she follows me everywhere.
Here's the thing about Taylor. While it hardly compares to dodging a toothbrush shank, her early career had its own share of setbacks. Her first role was in a film called Dark Matter, starred Meryl Streep, but the film got buried when the story too closely resembled real-life tragedy. Then she got the lead in a network medical drama called Mercy, canceled after one season.
Now is when you throw the Hail Mary, you unbelievable moron. When you are trying to save a kid's life.
Then a role in Argo, but all of her lines from the film were cut, didn't even get to say hello to Ben. Just like Piper, her character on Orange, Taylor stuck it out. Got a new Canadian film called Stay, which premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. She plays a woman whose past informs her future, a theme that's echoed in Taylor's own life, off-screen.
Please say hello to Taylor Schilling!
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure you knew this growing up, that you haven't really made it until you've been in a Canadian film or played a Canadian. So congrats on that.
Yeah, well, I feel like I've arrived.
You certainly have.
And now that I'm here with you, I'm on a Canadian talk show.
You win.
What? Yeah,
Listen,
I did.
I don't
won.
want to burst your bubble that we're the only one. So that's kind of how it goes. No, this was also, I imagine, got to be cool, unless you hated the guy, but you get to be in this film with Aiden, and it's not I mean, you worked with him in your first movie, right?
He was in the first movie I did right when I got out of school. The first...
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter,
Yeah,
the first film I was ever cast in. And we never actually worked together, but I was so proud that he was in the movie, that I was in a movie with Aiden Quinn. So this time I actually got to act with him, which was fun.
Your father was DA.
Yeah.
Mother worked at MIT.
Yeah.
Those dinner table conversations, at least early on, could have been pretty heavy.
Absolutely. You know, my dad actually worked in prisons. He was an assistant attorney for the state of Massachusetts. And so I heard a lot about justice and stuff, you know, things like that.
Imagine what your view of the justice system would have been having that influence, and then being in something like Orange is the New Black, which is you're at a different stage of the justice system with a different strata of society, and kind of being there.
Yeah, a lot of what my father talked about we're actually dealing with on the show. When I was growing up, he made it really clear that the correctional officers, that the officers in the prison were oftentimes as much of a problem as the prisoners and things like that. So, and also that it's a population that doesn't have a voice, that we don't hear the stories very often, and you know, questioning why people are actually incarcerated, like that maybe there are other better options.
Your dad was talking about this stuff?
Yeah, he would talk about this when I was growing up, and you know, very much separate from that, Orange came into my life. But it's really wild how it kind of comes full circle.
I think too, when you're a kid, things are often black and white, and you know, you're raised and you go, hey, there's a police officer, they're the good guys. There's this person, they're the bad guys. But so in your experience, there's a little more gray that you operated in.
Yeah, totally.
That's
totally. That's very true.
It's almost like your character, obviously the star and the important part of the program and why the program gets on the air. But the cultural value is that through your character, the rest of America watching the show sees people they would never see and identify with.
Yeah.
Even the idea of like gay, lesbian, bi, trans, even that is a cultural win, isn't it?
Absolutely. They're people. We're dealing with them as specific people. It's less about having a trans character, and it's more about Sophia's specific story. That's what I love about what Genji's doing, is that there's something in these people that we may think we're separate from, and then through the specificity of the stories, seeing ourselves, you know? Like, I see myself in these women that before I may not have.
Here's a scene from your show. Watch this.
Have a yogurt. What do I have to do for it?
You're new. You're one of us. Consider it a gift.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The food here is disgusting.
But it played this community. It seems really nice.
Yeah.
In that scene.
Doesn't it seem like they're all gonna be so nice to her?
Yeah.
Take such good care of Piper.
They really don't.
Just gonna. No, they don't. They really don't.
What do you make of the Argo experience?
That whole thing was amazing. It was so amazing to get that part. It was so amazing with Ben Affleck.
Let's see this. Wait,
Oh my God.
Can I come in?
It's a very powerful scene in the film.
Yeah.
Also, oddly, a Canadian story in a way, but
Nice.
you're in this now.
I'm really in it to win it with Canada. I really am a big supporter of Canada.
Well,
Canadians. Canadians! I just said Canada.
Canada is not. You know who said Canada on?
I don't know. Other than me.
Earlier in her career on TV, Oprah referred to Canada as Canada. So you're in good company now.
Well, you know, I have a soft spot in my heart for Oprah.
You really do.
I'm a big Oprah fan.
You know.
So, okay.
So Argo. And listen, we didn't see an awful lot of you in the picture.
We did not see very much of me in the picture. There was more, in fact. There was more. We shot, you know, Christine Mendez had like I think it was like 7 or 8 scenes of an arc in that movie. It was an amazing experience. Ben Affleck is, as the world can see now, is an incredible director, like an incredible storyteller, and so great with actors. Down to the way he called me and he said, you know, I have some bad news.
Is that how we started with that bad news?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, ah! But it made it so much easier that he was on the other end of the phone. I mean, he's so generous. So many emails, so many conversations.
Afterwards?
Yes.
It's just you didn't want to melt down?
He walked me through the entire thing. And his wife was so generous, like telling me her experiences with being cut from films. And I was really surprised that I ended up in there at all.
It's a really important scene of the film. It shows the humanity.
Thank you so much.
It shows his humanity, right?
Thank you so much.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
Oh, it took I mean, there was like a couple days where it was like pretty rough.
Could you watch the Oscars?
I watched them on YouTube. I watched little bits of them.
Stick around, more with Taylor after this.
Kind of like Tom's.
Who's Tom?
Tom's are shoes.
Taylor in prison. Just imagine the hot new slang you can come up with. We'll get into it next.
Back here on the program, Taylor Schilling is here. Are you ready to do something called anthropology?
What is it called?
Anthropology. I'm just going to ask you questions.
I'm in.
Half the time, your answer is only designed to be entertaining.
Okay.
The other half, it's really revealing.
Okay. Oh, God.
You choose. She hides behind a red cup.
I know. I like how red these cups are.
It's important.
They match the chairs.
Shawshank Redemption or Cool Hand Luke?
Cool Hand Luke. You like that?
That's a good answer.
Okay, good.
One night in jail or at a One Direction concert?
Oh, that's terrible.
Listen,
That's a terrible question.
life's about choices. Life's about
well,
choices.
given my current job, I'd say one night in jail.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
If you're nominated again for a Choice Lip Lock at the Teen Choice Awards, again being the key word,
Right.
will it be with Jason Biggs, Aidan Quinn, or Laura Prepon?
That's a really great question. I don't know. I don't think you can judge a kiss from on the inside of it. That's definitely something that happens from the outside.
It does.
Yeah.
How many times did you kiss Zach in the movie?
I mean,
Efron? I mean, a lot made it in the cut, so how many didn't make it in the cut?
I mean, I don't know. The whole movie's about kissing. It's a kissing movie.
Did you walk away from every shoot day satisfied? You're like
creatively
oh,
fulfilled?
yes. You're like, this is amazing. I get to kiss a lot.
Yeah,
It's
right?
very intimate.
Why not? It feels, it serves a purpose. It's enjoyable. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do at work.
Oh, it's probably the only time you could do it at work and don't get brought up in a complaint.
I know. Yeah.
Hypothetical situation. A guy yells at you from across the street, "Hey, I love it when you kiss that other chick on the show." What do you yell back?
I said, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you learn prison slang?
I think I learned a little bit. I think I learned a little bit.
Is there one that you like the most that you use in your everyday life and someone looks at you and says,
I'll shank you.
I'll shank you?
Yeah. Back off. I'll shank you. Yeah.
What?
Shank a bitch. Yeah.
Are you talking to a waiter at the time?
I don't know, yeah. Shank a bitch. Yeah, why not?
Congratulations on the show, obviously, but on stage. It's really nice.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Taylor Schilling, everybody. We'll be right back.